Hey guys, it's Yusafa. Welcome back to another episode of Voices of the Community. Tonight I have a special interview for you guys. This is one of the two interviews that I was able to do at Kabam headquarters during this past weekend Summoners Fest. So tonight's guest, he's someone who embodies consistency, leadership, and competitive edge that defines the top tiers of Marvel Contest of Champions. Trevor's been around since the early days, back when alliances were family projects and rewards were simple. But since then, his journey has been anything but. After returning to the game in 2020, he climbed from Uncollected to Masters, helping Salty reach their first ever Masters finish before he joined For Loki, one of the most respected alliances in the game. Over the last 3 years, he's become not just a top tier player, he's a key officer and strategist behind some of the toughest alliance war plans in the community. But what really stands out about Trever isn't just the gameplay, it's the way he approaches the game as a team sport. He's built friendships that span continents, leads with composure, and still finds time to share his journey with his 4 Loki war videos on YouTube, which have become must-watch content for competitive players. Tonight, we'll talk about what it takes to lead at the highest level, the evolution of war strategy, and the balance between passion and burnout, and what keeps him logging in season after season. This is Voices of the Community, and this is Trever.
Hey guys, it's Yusafa. Welcome back to an in-person interview from Kabam headquarters here in Vancouver, Canada. We're really excited to do this in-person interview with Trever. It's in the middle of Summerfest, the second day. We just saw Andy win the quarterfinals,
Yes.
or this is it the semifinals?
Semifinals.
He's in the
Yes.
finals, yeah. So we're really excited for Andrew the Rough. Great job. We're looking forward to the finals coming up, and hopefully we'll see a W for 4Loki out of that. So, but anyway. We're here in a conference room at Kabam headquarters. Beautiful city. Vancouver is absolutely fantastic. If you guys ever get the chance to come visit. But I'm here sitting with Trever, who has been an alliance mate for a very, very long time. He used to be one of my battle group officers, but he moved on to Greener Pastures to another battle group. Trev, how about you give us a quick update or background on how you started playing this game?
Yeah, so I started playing pretty much a couple months after it started. Had my own alliance on and off and stuff like that, but then I started playing more seriously in 2020. But yeah, that's kind of how I jumped into it.
Yeah, you started playing like immediately upon release, right? I mean, you've
like
been
a
playing for a
handful of
long
months.
time.
Yeah.
You started playing with your uncle and your brother. Like
Yes.
they got you introduced to this game?
Yeah, I think my brother picked it up first, and we started our own alliance, the three of us, and
Yeah.
we did that for probably about a year. I want to say right when war started is when I stopped playing.
Yeah.
We just did the AQ thing, but yeah, that's how we started playing.
Yeah. You were initially in so you've always been competitive.
Yes.
In the game.
No, not really in the game as much
No?
until like 2020.
Yeah. And you were in a P3 alliance, and
Yes.
yeah, and you wanted to push for something more.
Yes.
Like why that push?
So I'd been in the P3 alliance for about a year, and I took it pretty seriously, the war and everything.
Yeah.
And I decided, well, I'm doing pretty good. I think I should try and make a jump up. And so the plan was to do a P1 because I'm like, Masters is too much. I don't want to deal with all that. So I tried to move to a P1 alliance, basically.
Yeah. And you were in Salty for a while.
Yes. So the move to P1 was to Salty. And Salty at the time, again, this was 3.5, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Had never finished Masters before.
Yeah.
And so I joined them, and then we finished Masters 3 seasons in a row. And then now Salty is obviously one of the best war alliances in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I remember when Salty first came on the map. I mean, they came out of nowhere, and they just took over the entire leaderboard. They're amazing. Now that they're in a competition between LVT and GT40 and Noon. Yeah. Talk about your time in Salty. Helping them reach Masters. What was that like?
It was a very good experience. Again, when I joined, they were still kind of on their way up, so they kind of had a little bit of a signed path, but not really. It was all planned out.
Yeah.
So I kind of joined because I had been doing Path 2 in my P3 alliance, and they're like, "Oh, we actually want someone to do Path 2," and I'm like, "All right, yeah, perfect."
Sure.
But it was a super good experience. SG, their alliance leader, she was great. It was just awesome to try and do that competitiveness, the way things were planned. It was very different, obviously, than a P3 alliance.
Yeah.
So just getting that experience with them was fantastic.
So now you, I mean, I've known you for years being in 4Loki, and you're one of our preeminent war planners.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you like about war planning? Because to me, it's just crazy.
I like the strategy with it.
Yeah.
I think the satisfaction of also if you get like a donut as a BG or alliance. I
Yeah.
don't know if we've had a donut as alliance.
I
We've
don't
been
know.
close a lot of times.
Right.
But getting that satisfaction is just amazing. The strategy part of it, just making sure everything works together, getting people into spots where they can succeed,
Yeah.
and then getting them the right assignment. I just really enjoy that whole process.
What are the biggest things you've learned by trying to manage a elite alliance? I mean, have there been challenges that you've had to deal with that you've never had to deal with before?
I manage a team of 15 people for work as well.
Yeah.
So there are some similarities between the two.
Which one's tougher? I bet it's the battle group.
I would say probably the battle group. So I think it's just juggling the personalities and stuff. I think with our alliance is a very unique case. Like if you're in a Salty or a GT40 or something, it's war and that's all that matters. For us, we obviously juggle different parts. Prestige, doing AQ and war, so it's a different group of people. So trying to balance the different personalities, because some people want to be super competitive, some people are more casual, laid back with it still, and it's kind of just the culture at Fort Loki. Kind of managing that is can be challenging.
Now, I honestly want to know your opinion on this. So you've been war planning for a very long time, and you're very effective. And you also help the other battle groups plan their paths.
Yeah.
So there's alliance war, and then what we expect to see again is one big thing that's coming up next month, right? In your opinion, which do you like better? Do you like regular alliance war or one big thing?
I like regular alliance war better, as a general. In general, 100%. I think how they're executing it this time, doing it for the during Christmas, doing the one big thing. Perfect. That's the exact time I'd want it to be done that way.
Yeah.
The reason I like doing the war map for the full thing, because I think there's more strategy involved with it. The other reason I don't like the big thing, and this is more of a personal thing, is if I make a mistake planning, it's not like one death or two. Sometimes it's like 7 deaths.
Right.
And you basically lost the war from a planning mistake. So it makes, obviously it's quicker to plan 10 fights.
Yeah.
But it's hyper focused on those fights, and so one mistake planning, or even a player really struggling, just highlights it so with a big magnifying glass, basically, and it just makes it difficult for that reason.
During a typical war, not one big thing, but a typical war, how long does it usually take to plan your battle group?
Yeah, I think it definitely depends on the tactic. Right now, again, I didn't plan last season because I took last season off, but I think hour and a half, especially at the beginning of a new tactic, because people are doing different things. You're still learning about it. People haven't really finalized where the hardest nodes are to put the defenders.
Right.
So at the beginning, I would say typically an hour and a half. Then later on the season, you can get closer to an hour.
Yeah.
But definitely with the war map, when they increased the difficulty, it made it quite a bit longer.
Right. Now, Fort Loki, it has 3 battle groups, just like every other alliance. We have 4 or 5 officers.
Yeah.
Right. Do the other officers in the other battle groups help you and assist you, and do you assist them in providing their work?
So typically, Clown, Paul, and I will get on a call. Andy, now that he's back in Fort Loki, he jumps on and helps as well.
Yeah.
Moe will occasionally jump in. But usually it's us 3 do the bulk of the planning.
Yeah.
And then we'll try and get the other officers to review.
Yeah.
So after that, and we kind of talk through different matchups. Being on the call makes it a lot easier instead of trying to type messages back and forth online.
Yeah, it's crazy amount of time that you guys spend, and all of us really do appreciate it. So eventually, something doesn't go according to plan.
Yes.
How do you handle that?
The first thing I do is go in BG1 News and say, "Do not move.
Do not
tag
move,
all.
right.
No one move. No one join if you haven't joined yet."
Right.
So then it's just kind of adjusting on the fly. A lot of times, the other officers, they're available. We're really good at just bouncing different ideas off if something really goes awry.
Yeah.
Recently, we had it happen where I screwed over Peckle. I sent him to a fight, and it just was not working. The regen was too potent, so B and I had to switch and adjust to make it work. So usually it's just kind of all hands on deck, and I just make sure everyone does not move. No one join if you haven't yet, just in case we need to change your team.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of everyone freeze, and we'll try and figure this out kind of situation.
You mentioned before we started doing the interview that one of the main reasons why you stay is the people and the friendships that you've made. Who have been the biggest influences in your career playing MCOC?
Yeah. Within our alliance, there's obviously you, Clown, Paul. I'm really close with Andy. Andy as well. Most of the officers, B and Mike, of course.
Yeah.
So I think it's that community that really makes me stick around. If it wasn't for that, I probably would have quit years ago, to be honest. Not that I don't like the game, but that's the main thing. And coming here, just seeing everyone again, even in other alliances, TJ, Bitter, all these other people, it makes it like all worth it. And I think the community, it can be toxic when it's online, but I think when you meet everyone in person, you really kind of get a better understanding of them, and it's great.
What do you think it is about the For Loki culture that makes it so special?
Yeah, I mean, I think we don't take ourselves too seriously. We're never going to be war champ unless some magical thing happens. But we want to do masters, so we have a competitive side, but we also try and balance that without being, no one's being a jerk or anything onto each other. No one jumps down each other's throat too much if someone dies or anything like that, and that can happen in other alliances. I think as officers, we try and make sure that's the case. If someone's really being toxic or doing things that are not okay, we remove them pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the key thing, is making sure if there are any bad apples, then we get rid of them.
Yeah.
And everyone on our alliance, we have probably one of the lowest turnovers of any of alliances in Masters, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
have some super long tenured people like yourself, Enzo, Clown, all of them have been here so long.
Yeah.
So I think that helps kind of keep our alliance the way it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's switch gears. And I do have some rapid fire questions. I don't want you to think about these too much. I just want with the top of your head, just for a little fun. But who's your favorite war champion to use right now?
Right now, Crossbones or Prowler?
I hate Crossbones.
Crossbones is amazing.
Prowler is fantastic. I mean, you can take Prowler, and Prowler and the Maker are pretty much my two favorite champions to use right now. They're absolutely fantastic. Least favorite defender to see on the war map?
I'm gonna go. Yelena. I haven't even fought Yelena in war. I just like Mike can deal with it.
Yeah, right.
Yelena would be the one I don't want to fight right now.
So honestly, last season Andy came back, from GT40, and it's nice having Andy in the battle group because he takes all of the crazy hard fights. But eventually, when he does go back up to wherever he goes to, wants to get war champion again, that now leaves us to handle all the fights that Andy fights. So it kind of stinks. What champion do you want buffed next?
I know some people think OG Thor is good. He's not. I do not like OG Thor as is. I would love for Thor to get a proper rework.
Yeah.
Kind of like Iron Man or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I think having like the big major characters in the game good in the game is good. So I would love for a good Thor.
Anywhere in your thoughts, in your dreams, was Punisher ever one of those champions?
Punisher would be near the top. I hope his buff turns out good.
I haven't played him yet. I'm looking forward to playing him.
I saw him, his animations and his the way he looked and stuff looked amazing.
Really?
So I'm hoping he ends up being pretty good. I didn't see the kit too much yet.
Favorite piece of MCOC content to watch? Not play, to watch.
Definitely War.
Definitely
I basically, not only, I mean, I watch your videos on these interviews and stuff like that, but I would say War is like the one thing I watch, mainly from a strategy to get different ideas for us so that, we're hopefully better.
Yeah. I mean, War is absolutely fantastic. It's just I think it's the best game mode in because it's the cooperation, it's the work of BG officers, it's the cooperation of the entire battle group, entire alliance in order to get a goal for the alliance and everybody working together. I love it. I think it's my favorite game mode. Okay, let's switch gears off the rapid fire questions. So you've been here at Summoners Fest. This is day 2.
Yes.
There's been a lot of announcements. New game mode, Everest content being released. They've talked about the Ascension. They've talked about collectives, which are all very interesting. What, after these 2 days that you've spent here at Summoner Fest, what gets you, 2 parts, what gets you most excited about the future? And what do you think we need a little bit more information on in order to become excited about it?
Yeah, I mean, always for me, I'm excited to see the Coliseum, the new mode. I think that'll be interesting. So that I'm pretty excited for. And the new champs, I know people say they release too many champs sometimes or whatever reason. I love seeing new champs, but their abilities are going to be and everything like that.
Yeah.
As long as they're not a defender.
Right.
But that's probably my favorite thing. The thing I'm most nervous about by far is the Ascension and how it's going to be handled.
Yep.
I know it's not 8 stars. It seems very much like 8 stars without calling it 8 stars to me so far. But that one I definitely think it's a wait and see. Yeah. So I hope that goes better. But I'm nervous about that for sure.
So after these past 2 days, and hearing everything that Kabam Rex and Kabam Dork have said during the live streams and in person, whatever. Are you excited about the future of the game, or are you overly concerned?
I'd probably say somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how the new game modes go, and I think that's kind of the main thing I'm excited about.
Yeah.
The whole Ascension thing, I'm definitely a bit nervous about. I mean,
Yeah.
I would hate it if they came out and said we're doing 8 stars, next year.
Yeah.
That would also not make me excited, but the Ascension thing, it makes me very nervous.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I think people are going to feel more confident about the direction of the game as more information is provided by
100%.
Command. Yeah, I mean, right now there's pretty much a detail void that we have that we need to work through.
Yes.
I am very nervous
Yeah.
as one of those people that invest highly in the game. Just a few more questions for you. What keeps you motivated throughout all of these years playing this game?
Yeah, I think it's honestly the community still within For Loki. I think working with everyone and everything like that is the main thing that keeps me motivated. Again, when I grew up, I always played team sports and, doing war and stuff like that. It's a team sport, basically. Has that same thing. So I think just seeing us succeed and do well in war and everything is kind of the main thing that keeps me going. And just the people we play with, that's the main thing for me.
Yeah. Do you see yourself playing this game for the next 5 years?
I could see myself playing this game for the next 5 years. I do not imagine I'll be planning war for the next 5 years.
Right.
You
used to have no gray hair. So.
Yes, it's strictly from
right.
BG1.
So what message would you provide to players who have not delved into Masters Level War Alliance? What message would you give them in the preparation for going into and stepping it up?
Yeah, I think the main thing for anyone and recruits, I think really thinking about your fights at your current alliance, if you're P3, P4, or whatever you are, is recording your fights because recruiters are going to want that, but also really thinking about how you're approaching a fight, not just I'm using Carolina versus Sentinel. It's a good matchup. It is, but what's the node? What are the things that could go wrong? What to look out for? I think just how you approach fights is the main thing.
Yeah.
Thinking about if things go wrong, what's your backup plan? Am I approaching this node the right way?
Yeah.
Just really thinking about how you approach fights is the big thing if you're trying to move up in war.
Yeah, one thing that I learned being in For Loki and being a Master Level Alliance too was a lot of the post-fight analysis too, like recording your fights and just going back over them and finding out where you could have improved, and also soliciting assistance from the other people in your alliance
100%
to help you out.
Yeah,
absolutely. All right, I have one last question for you. I ask everybody the same question. I want Voices of the Community to be a long-running series. I want to interview many more players. Who in a future episode of Voices of the Community, Trevor, would you most like to hear from? You give me a name. You can give me a category: free-to-play, casual spender, whale, Kabam employee, content creator. Who would you most like to hear from future episodes of Voices of the Community?
Yeah, I'd love for you to get crashed on. If you get a Kabam employee, I'd love to see crashed or one of the champion designers. DLL, Honeydew, any of them would be great to have on.
Yeah.
From more community, I would love to see TJ do it.
Yeah.
I tried talking to him about it earlier, trying to get him to do it for you already.
Right.
I'd love to see TJ do it, and Bitter is kind of also a Kabam employee, so I'd like to see Bitter do it too.
Yeah. No, I would really love to get another Kabam employee on here. I think that would be fantastic. I mean, I will see what I can do. There's definitely hoops that I'm going to have to jump through in order to get that done.
I can imagine.
Yeah, right. All right, dude. Well, that ends the interview. Trev, thanks for providing your time, giving your time to me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day out in beautiful Vancouver. This is probably the best scenario that we could have had for the interview. It's absolutely beautiful. But anyway, so guys, that's going to end this interview, Voices of the Community. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the future one. Thanks, guys.